Welcome to CDL exam practice test. Our topic today is driving at night, in fog, in winter and in very hot weather. Use the link in the description to download the app on the App Store for free practice tests. Number 1. Why should we not use tinted corrective lenses when driving in the dark? A. Because they can be damaged in the dark. B. Because they do harm to our eyes. C. Because they decrease the light needed to see clearly in the dark. D. Because they can attract other drivers' attention. The correct answer is C. Because they decrease the light needed to see clearly in the dark. Explanation. When driving at night, darker tinted corrective lenses are not recommended, even if you think they help reduce glare. In fact, those lenses decrease the light you need in order to see clearly in the dark. Number 2. All of the following groups have higher risks for driving accidents caused by fatigue, except for A. Young men, B. Housewives, C. Shift workers, D. Commercial drivers. The correct answer is B. Housewives. Explanation. Drowsiness is most common at night and in the mid-afternoon, which directly correlates to the times most crashes take place. People who drive at night are particularly at risk of falling asleep, especially after midnight and when driving for long periods of time. Commercial drivers, especially long-haul drivers and people with untreated sleep disorders or with short-term or chronic sleep deprivation are one of the higher risk groups for driving accidents caused by fatigue, along with young men and shift workers. Number 3. What is the percentage of CMV accidents caused by drowsiness? A. 50%, B. 25%, C. 5%, D. 15%. The correct answer is D. 15%. Explanation. Drowsiness is most common at night and in the mid-afternoon, which directly correlates to the times most crashes take place. People who drive at night are particularly at risk of falling asleep, especially after midnight and when driving for long periods of time. Drowsiness is known as a factor in at least 15% of all CMV crashes. Number 4. When do CMV crashes usually happen? A. From 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. B. From 6 a.m. to midday. C. From midnight to 6 a.m. D. Early in the morning. The correct answer is C. From midnight to 6 a.m. Explanation. It is very common for CMV crashes to happen between the hours of midnight and 6 a.m. Number 5. What can increase your chances of falling asleep by 40%? A. Working more than 60 hours per week. B. Reading more than 16 hours per week. C. Sleeping 60 hours per week. D. Driving more than 16 hours per week. The correct answer is A. Working more than 60 hours per week. Explanation. Having been working over 60 hours per week can increase your chances of falling asleep by 40%. Number 6. How many hours of sleep should a driver take before a trip? A. From 5 to 7 hours. B. At least 8 hours. C. At least 6 hours. D. It depends on the driver's sleeping patterns. The correct answer is B. At least 8 hours. Explanation. To prevent drowsiness before a trip, you should get at least 8 to 9 hours of sleep. Number 7. What should drivers not do to stay alert while driving? A. Drink caffeine or take drugs. B. Take a break from driving to rest. C. Open the window to circulate air. D. Drive and take turns with a partner. The correct answer is A. Drink caffeine or take drugs. Explanation. Here are some tips to stay alert while driving. Use sunglasses to protect yourself from glare and eye strain. Open the window or use the air conditioner to circulate air. Do not eat rich foods just before a trip. Take time to relax during the day. Drive and take turns with a partner. Have a rest break about every 100 miles or 2 hours when driving long distances. Take a break from driving to rest or take a nap. Do not rely on caffeine. Drugs may cause you to stay awake, but not focused. Avoid taking them. Number 8. What can enhance glare and impair your view? A. Low beams of other CMV colors. B. Corrective lenses. C. Raining. D. Setting sun. The correct answer is D. Setting sun. Explanation. The light from the setting sun, or bright lights during evening hours, can enhance glare, impairing your view, so both the interior and exterior of your windshield and mirrors should be clear. Number 9. What is the ideal distance between you and the oncoming vehicle in which you can use high beams? A. About 250 meters. B. 500 meters or less. C. 500 feet or less. D. About 0.5 miles. The correct answer is C. 500 feet or less. Explanation. High beams enhance your night vision. Make sure you use them whenever it is safe and permitted by law and you are not within 500 feet of an oncoming vehicle. Lights inside your vehicle can also be distracting to other drivers. Number 10. What is not a warning sign of fatigue? A. Recurrent blinking. B. Driving at high speeds. C. Nodding head. D. Feeling edgy and short-tempered. The correct answer is B. Driving at high speeds. Explanation. Many people are unaware of the warning signs indicating they are at risk for falling asleep behind the wheel. You should stop and rest if you experience any of the following: finding it hard to focus, recurrent blinking, or heavy eyelids, repetitive yawning or eye rubbing, daydreaming, loss of concentration, confused thoughts, difficulty recalling the past few miles driven, missing exits or traffic signs, nodding your head, straying from your lane, tailgating or drifting onto the shoulder rumble strip, feeling edgy and short-tempered. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe to our channel for updated videos every week.